Very good. I would improve on this and then maybe
Just go over there. What's the worst that can happen?
12.
Okay.
Okay. That'll be good. Thanks, Dave.
Okay, no problem. Thanks, Mr. Millard.
Sure.
Hey, Janie. So, this thing, it's called the dance. Well, a dance, really prom. It's coming up, and I was wondering if you would go with me.
Wait.
Okay, well, if nothing worse than that can happen, it's not that bad. So, I was thinking maybe you and me, we could go to the dance together. It'd be great. I mean, right?
Whoa, man, hey, what?
Screw it.
Would be great, Janie. I'd love to see that in your next paper.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Hi, Janie. So, I was thinking maybe, you and me, we could go to the dance together, if that sounds good.
Yeah, why not? That sounds great.
Awesome.
The skit that you just saw illustrates the concept of risk and reward. I mean, on the one hand, the guy could have stayed in his own little happy place bubble and not taken any risk. He could have just creeped on the girl from afar and thought, boy, it'd be great to date her, but not said a word. Zero risk, zero reward. Never going to lose anything, but never going to gain anything either. People do this with their money all the time. People think, I'm too scared of the stock market. Oh, that's new and I don't know anything about that. So they just keep their money as cash, or they put it in a savings account or maybe an interest-bearing checking account in the bank. That by itself isn't bad. I have those instruments, those banking instruments, and that's okay. When you're young and you don't have a whole lot of cash, you need that money now because you're paying tuition this fall or something like that. That's a perfectly fine place to put your money. But after you've been in the work world for a little bit and you have the ability to invest, you really should be looking at other instruments for your money. On the other hand, there's high risk, high reward. Look back at the scenario. You saw the young man finally had the gumption to go and approach the girl and talk about, hey, you want to go out with me? There were a couple times where she rejected him and she said, not interested, sorry, and laughed in his face. But then there were the other times where she said, at the very end, she said, yes, I will go out with you. There are investments like that as well. Case in point, penny stocks. A penny stock is worth less than $1. And a lot of times in companies like this, the firm has put all of their resources towards one product. And if that product succeeds, you win. You're a shareholder, which means you're a part owner in the company. And if that product wins and it sells, you will be okay, the company will be okay, and you'll make a profit. On the other hand, what if the product fails? That company may fail and your investment may go down to zero. So it's a purely high risk, high potential for reward on the one hand, but also high potential for loss on the other. I think most Americans find themselves somewhere in the middle between these two extremes. So what I'd like to do is leave you with 3 tips. First off, get educated. You can never go wrong learning more about what your money can do for you and places where you can go with it. The library is a great resource. Check out this website and look at other websites as well. There's nothing wrong with that. Find out how different investment vehicles work and find out more about risk and reward. Chances are you will be more comfortable with the decisions you make and you'll make better decisions because you know more of what you're doing. Secondly, consider your goals. If you are dealing with short-term goals, things that you need right now, maybe it is tuition for this fall. Maybe it's making a car payment in the near future or a car insurance cost or something like that. That's an immediate cost that you have to take care of. It's an expense that's right now. You don't have the time to be putting your money away and having it earn interest for you. You might be looking at low risk, low reward types of places for your cash. Something like the bank might be perfect for you. On the other hand, if your time horizon is longer, if your goals are further out in the future, you can take a little bit more risk, and that's appropriate and that's okay. So consider your goals, because your goals in large part may determine the risks that you can and should take or ought to consider with your money. My last point, number 3, is don't ever forget this is your money. You work very hard for it. You reserve the right to put that money to work for you wherever you feel comfortable. You must determine your own risk tolerance. Probably the best way to do that is going right back to point number 1. The more informed you are, the more educated you are with where your money can go and do what that money can do for you, all the better your risk tolerance will be with regard to your comfort. When you do these things, you will master the concept of risk and reward.